thought they could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready, 50, plant.
46 to Mike. Bandit. He's coming.
Topper. Bam. Let's go.
On first down, Swift. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the gun, Sanderson. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Banjo.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Swift. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike's 50. They can't hang with us.
Mike 50.
It's a party now.
Shoot!
Operating for the gun. Sanderson out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. 10 logo.
Let's go one more. Check 37.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Mike's 50, Mike. Go.
From the gun, Sanderson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
You ain't doing nothing today. 55's Mike, guys. 55. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Hey, exit.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch the back. Watch
Hit it.
On 4th down, Sanderson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
Let's go now. Rock. Pittsburgh. Coming to you. Coming to you. Switch it. Switch it. Switch it. Come on. Switch it.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. Fights through, and now a crease. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. One that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get it.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Ashawn Robinson there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Sanderson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
58, right over there, right over there. Yes, 58, right there.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Ready, ready. 90. Roll. Charlie.
58, Mike. 58, Mike.
We got to get the ball. See you get the ball right here. Let's go.
58, boys. 58, Mike.
Let's go. We got this. We got this.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike.
Now.
Right there. I'm coming.
Ready, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Falcons send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down.
Bring it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
10-2 star. Hey, Alpha.
On 1st down, Sanderson. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another Saints 1st.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
Wide. Get wide. Just see it. On. Let's go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of a yard.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Switch up, switch up. Switch, switch.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you.
Yes!
I got him.
Zip! Zip! Go!
Back to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Set 50, plant. Hey, orbit.
They not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Ready, ready.
On 1st and 10, Sanderson. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go!
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Hey, Sam on. Check. They go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Hey, Charlie.
46 to Mike, 46. Let's put him on the buses.
On 4th down, Sanderson, and that's caught by Smith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jonnu Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Lock it. Alpha. Yep. Me.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to White. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Rapid. Run. Watch it. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be, 38 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchdown. Back, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays. start a game, a lot of them script to start the second half too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Kill, kill, kill. Kill it, motion it out.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Hey, go!
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 20. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They're running it. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship.
Look, squeeze.
Ship.
Fight.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift about 3 yards there to the 27.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Falcons' 27-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Me and you all day.
Recon, 132 fighter.
I'm coming out.
You're out.
Check the backer. Check the hot read.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mike 46.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 46.
Be careful.
Operating from the gun. Sanderson. The open man is Smith. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Rock it.
And I think the ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Here we go, here we go.
They'll come out in the pistol. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Here I come again.
Ready.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Hey, lock it.
Check 49, check 49.
Down.
And they give this time to the tailback. 7 yards there and a first down.
Let's go. Let's go.
3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth.
Ready up.
55. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
General West.
Alert three.
Fair.
Right back to him on first down. Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
At the 23-yard line.
Check 43. At 58.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's complete to Smith. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Now the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
80 weapon.
Check 52. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Go.
On the ground, Kamara. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, zoom.
2nd and 9 now. Got a man open, it's Ross. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Alert flare. Alert.
X3. 218. Chopper.
SOS.
Hard.
SOS.
Get it.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Sanderson. Looking deep for Jennings. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 4th down, Sanderson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Falcons. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
Mike 50.
Ready?
To throw on 3rd down, Sanderson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Here's Jackson to return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
I'm going to run you over. Check.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Now back to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The sack by Jordan Willis.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Well, this one's knuckling, and it just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Ready, ready.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh?
Crunch time, defense.
Greystone, travel. Come, go on, go on.
Switch gears.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Sanderson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Let's get the ball.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Get it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 50.
From the gun, Sanderson. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home, was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
And then that's the thing, the crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were